Did you know that England is home to the shortest scheduled flight in the world? With a rich history, diverse culture, and an array of quirks, England is a land of many fascinating facts. Today, we will embark on a journey to explore some of these unique aspects. From being the birthplace of countless firsts, to its literary greats, to its quirky traditions, England is a treasure trove of intriguing tidbits. So buckle up, you're in for a ride. Stay tuned as we dive into these facts and more. Scene script: England, the land where history often began. It's a place that's always been a step ahead, leading the world in many firsts. Let's take a trip down memory lane and explore some of these remarkable milestones. Picture this: a bustling city in the 19th century, where people from all walks of life would flock to marvel at exotic animals from across the world. This was the London Zoo, the first public zoo, which opened its doors in 1828. It set the precedent for zoological parks around the globe. Now let's shift gears and talk industry. England was the first nation to industrialize, a transformative period known as the Industrial Revolution. From the late 18th to early 19th centuries, it was the epicenter of technological advancements and economic progress. It was a time of steam engines, mechanized textile production, and the rise of the factory system. England's ingenuity during this period forever changed the way we live and work. And how about when it comes to communication? England was the pioneer in postage too. The world's first adhesive postage stamp, the penny black, was introduced in England in 1840. This small piece of paper revolutionized the postal system and made mail accessible to everyone. And that, my friends, is just the beginning of England's long list of firsts. Ever heard of William Shakespeare or J.K. Rowling? Of course you have. England, this small island nation, is a literary giant, birthing authors and playwrights that have shaped the world of books and theatre. William Shakespeare, the Bard of Avon, penned timeless classics like Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet. His works still performed and studied globally. Then there's Charles Dickens, whose vivid descriptions and unforgettable characters in Great Expectations and A Tale of Two Cities have given us a glimpse into Victorian England. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we have George Orwell, whose novel, 1984, introduced us to the concept of Big Brother. And who can forget the magical world of Harry Potter, created by J.K. Rowling, that has enchanted millions across the globe. From Beatrix Potter's charming Peter Rabbit to Ian Fleming's thrilling James Bond series, England's literary contribution is as diverse as it is profound. As you can see, England's influence on world literature is truly remarkable. England isn't just about historic firsts and literary greats, it's also a land of some rather quirky traditions. First, let's roll down the hill for the cheese rolling at Cooper's Hill. This tradition is exactly as it sounds. A wheel of cheese is rolled down a steep hill and competitors chase after it. The first person to reach the bottom is the winner. The origins of this tradition are murky, but it's thought to have been around for hundreds of years. It's a wild, chaotic, and often comical spectacle that draws crowds from far and wide. Then there's the nettle eating competition in Dorset, which tests both your palate and your pain threshold. Competitors are given 2 feet of stinging nettles to munch on. Whoever eats the most leaves in 1 hour is crowned the winner. It's a prickly affair, no doubt, but it's all in good fun and for charity. And let's not forget the strange tradition of appointing an official Queen's Swan Marker. Yes, you heard that right. Every year, the Queen's Swan Marker leads a 5-day event known as Swan Upping, where swans in the River Thames are caught, ringed, and released. This tradition dates back to the 12th century when the Crown claimed ownership of all mute swans. Today it's more about conservation and education, ensuring the swan population is thriving. But that's not all. There's also the World Gurning Championships in Cumbria, where people pull the ugliest faces possible, or the tradition of blackening the bride in Scotland, where the bride is covered in all sorts of unpleasant substances for luck. These are just a few of England's quirky traditions. Some might seem strange, others downright bizarre, but they all contribute to the rich fabric of English culture. They're a testament to the country's love for the unusual and the eccentric, and they add a dash of colour to the everyday life. While these traditions might seem strange to outsiders, they're part of what makes England uniquely England. Before we wrap up our journey through England's unique facts, let's look at a few more that might surprise you. Brace yourself for some quick-fire fun facts that will certainly raise an eyebrow or two. First up, Consider the smallest house in England. This petite property is located in Conwy, Wales, and measures just 10 feet by 6 feet. It's so small, in fact, it was last inhabited in the 19th century by a 6'3" fisherman. Imagine the squeeze. Now let's talk about the iconic Big Ben. Everyone knows Big Ben, right? The famous clock tower in London? Well, actually, there's been a bit of a mix-up. Big Ben isn't the name of the clock tower at all, but the name of the bell inside the tower. The tower itself is called the Elizabeth Tower. Next time you're showing off your knowledge about England, remember this little fact. Moving on, we come to London, a city that is a melting pot of cultures. But did you know that there are over 200 languages spoken in London alone? Yes, you heard it right. From English to Zulu, the range of languages spoken in this city reflects its incredible diversity and multiculturalism. It's not just a city, but a global village. As we wrap up, it's clear that England is a country that never fails to surprise. Its smallest house, the true identity of Big Ben, and the linguistic richness of London are just a few examples. But these are just the tip of the iceberg. England is a treasure trove of unique facts and fascinating bits of trivia. And there you have it. A journey through some of the most unique and intriguing facts about England. From its historic firsts to its quirky traditions, England is a land full of surprises. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and we hope you've learned something new about this fascinating country. Until next time, cheerio.